your first reaction to the fact that there was a coup in Guinea-Bissau?
Let's start with brother.
It's in of itself is not that interesting, because if you remember,
Okay.
I said because of the general crisis that we have in Africa right now, we might actually see at least one coup every other month or so. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised even by more. Because there's a general crisis. You're not producing enough for the population. The population is increasingly young and restless, you see? So how are you going to maintain that? It's just not possible. Common sense and logic tells you it's not possible. So each successive government is going to be under a lot of crises. It's going to be weak, and it's going to be providing excuses for military intervention. So the only thing that might make it interesting, and just looking by the photos of the characters, I'm not that really inspired, is if they turn around and start doing the kind of things that are being done in the alliance of Sahel states. Because in those countries, people tend to forget that these are military men because of the things that they're doing, taking control of their resources and making sure that they get the maximum revenue from their resources. And that's the significant difference. So if these guys do the same thing, he's talking about 1 year. If they do what is being done in the Sahel states, people might not care if it goes beyond 1 year and it really delivers. That's number one. Number two, it's clearly a coup which was engineered by the former incumbent president, who realized he was going to lose the elections and invited these guys to take over because he's so bitter and does not want the person who likely defeated him to take over as president. So I think he invited them. It's, a prearranged coup. And I say this because I don't think it's a coincidence that the person who's the opposition candidate has been placed under arrest. The one who was the incumbent has been allowed to so-called flee the country. How do you flee the country when the airport has been shut and the military is in control, right? So it was a prearranged coup, and, we see how it unfolds. If it just is another change of guard with no difference, then, it's just a hopeless coup. But even though he's a senior officer and he was the leader of the presidential guard, that was the same case in Niger, where Tiani was also the leader of the presidential guard, and he got rid of Bazoum, and people thought this is just a change of the guard power struggle. But the young people took over that coup, and that's why he was forced to start doing things like taking control of resources. He turned it into a popular coup. So this one, I don't have enough information to know if it's going to be a popular coup. Let me say
that is what I was about to say. Like, we've got to go back to the history.